But here we are, as we are in Austria. It is 5 red lights on the grid with the Aston Martin of Korb on pole as the drivers are revving their engines, and it's lights out and away we go. And Moss Megan gets an insane start there. He's already alongside, and I think he is going to be in front before turn 1. And Moss Megan is charging in front in turn 1. There is a bit of wheel banging in the background. I think that is maybe Aya Hashkar has dropped a few positions, but I think there was a bit of wheel banging between the Williams as well. But Kino is...
There's a few cars going side by side, and they just hit each other.
That is not the racing we want to see, but Kino was looking for a cheeky move around the outside of turn 1, and he is going to go to the inside. It's going to be too wide going into turn 4 as we see Moss Megan hang it around the outside, but Kino is remaining around the outside. Is he going to hang it around the outside and do an overtake around here? You don't really want to do overtakes around here because at the end of the day, it's not a very good overtaking place because it is high speed and potentially detrimental to both their races. So both of them are playing it safe at the moment. Moss Megan going defensive in turn 3 against Kino, but Kino is going to be challenged by Korb, and I think Korb got the better traction out of that corner as Korb has overtaken Kino as well, but Kino doesn't look for a dive down into turn 4. Turn 1 is not a optimal overtaking zone here, as we see. But and Korb has gone round. Korb is around. That is huge for Korb. Obviously starting on pole as well. He is around. He has been displaced to last as we go down the grid, and I think that Tycho is going to go for a move on Raikko. Raikko hangs it around the outside, sorry, as he now has the inside line for the double left-hander. But Raikko, is he going to be overtaken around here? It's a very dangerous place to overtake, and I do think he had to slightly back out, and now he's going to be attacked by the Alpine. Is FaZe Dom going to look for a move into the final 2 corners? I do think he slightly banks out. He is slightly forced onto the curb there, but it is legal racing room, as we find out that FaZe Dom is still with him, as now Luca Rosman is in this battle as well, but I do think Lucas Rosman is somewhat boxed in by the 2 drivers in front of him. But I think Tycho went slightly wide there, but that was a battle, but Tycho seems to have pulled away ever so slightly.
JMX, by the way, of the Aston Martin just made an absolute lunge down the inside. He has made contact with Raikko.
Yeah, that was a dive and a half, but we are going to see, is it going to be 3 wide into turn 4? We will find out and see. Is he going to dive down? And he does tuck behind. I think he sees better of it. But we are seeing Luca Rosman battling with FaZe Dom for P9. But there is a slight DRS train forming in P9 as Luca Rosman dives down the inside of turn 3. And that is an absolutely really insane overtake.
He made the overtake just after the DRS, but then never got the DRS.
Yeah, that was a nice move. As we are going to see behind, JMX going round the inside of turn 4, still taking it around the inside, slightly force FaZe Dom off, but JMX is going to be forced slightly onto the curb, and FaZe Dom is going to be able to overtake him, but are they still going to stay wheel to wheel through the final few corners? Because this is a dangerous place to overtake. Again, there's quite a few dangerous overtaking zones if you want to be bold. I'm just going to go back to the front. Luca Rosman.
Going back to Rosman as well, by the way, he hasn't won a race.
Oh, I stand corrected. But apologies to interrupt you, but Kino has just gone around the outside of turn 3 and has re-overtaken Moss Megan, but Moss Megan has the DRS to fight back and the ERS to fight back as well. But I do think that, and it is going to be 3 wide into turn 1 as Moss Megan goes onto the gravel ever so slightly, and that gives Kino a better exit out of the corner, and that compromised Moss Megan completely in the top 10 as we see the first of the, I mean, we've already had a few track limit penalties, but again, track limit penalties are going to be a problem here.
Fighting, by the way, side by side going down into turn 4, sorry.
Yeah, are they
60 and the number... Oh, what number is Ioska? I have no idea. Can't see.
And that was a nice move from Moss Megan there to retake the lead.
We are going to... I must just say, FaZe Dom just hit.
Yeah, FaZe Dom.
JMX.
I just tuned into that. I just switched onto him. That was a dangerous overtake around turn 1, I thought. He was taking all the curb to try and go around the outside, but that's not a wise decision. But are we going to see any moves? And Raikko makes an absolute diabolical dive. That is an insane move from Raikko. I am seeing Casper putting pressure on the 2 McLarens who are fighting. And oh, sorry, our Hashkart is round. Ayahashka
I
has
just
gone
saw
round.
that.
But
Believe
is he
Beast
gonna
just
look
had
for
a snap of oversteer, but he is rapidly closing in on Rosman, going up into turn
as
3.
yeah, I was gonna say Alexis Beast has made a move, and that is an incredible move from Alexis
It's going to
Beast.
put him
As
really vulnerable.
Kino is gonna hold it, and they are side by side going into turn 4. This is a terrible camera angle. I don't know why it's given as this one. Let me go on to Luca Rosman. As Luca Rosman does hang it around the inside, they are still wheel to wheel going into turns 5 and 6. Moss Megan doesn't look for the move here, but Casper forced off the track there by Koi.
Yeah, I
You
saw
could
that.
argue that could be a penalty coming Koi's way, but Casper has now been demoted down into P5 after that compromised exit of that corner, which is unfortunate. But Moss Megan is going to go for a move down the inside. Is he got the better traction? And, oh, Kino's had a massive
Kino's
snap.
gone.
Moss Megan is going to come around the final corner, and he is going to claim a Ferrari victory in this Grand Prix. And Moss Megan wins the Austrian sprint race here, and that is 10 points added to his championship. And it is 5 red lights here in Austria in a very wet sprint race, and it's only Inter's weather, which is interesting, so it looks a lot more wet. But it is lights out and away we go. And I'm not sure if Koi got a better exit there, but Koi did get quite a good jump on Moss Megan, and he is going to challenge for P1 going into turn 1 as Moss Megan hangs it around the outside, and there is wheel banging going on there, and Moss Megan falls slightly wide. Same with Casper, he goes slightly off the track there. But we are seeing drivers going all over the place here in the wet, with the spray just being... Game volume, you've lost it.
I've lost my game volume.
Very nice, I love EA. But there has been a massive incident here in
I see a
turn
Red
3.
Bull on top of the car. I don't know if that's the in-game lag, but yeah, EA has done an EA.
I think Casper got a slightly better run out of turn 1 there, which is to be expected with those tyres, and he is going to go round Epic OJ before the braking zone, and Epic OJ thinks about a move, but then thinks better of it.
There is a little bit of wheel banging, by the way, between FaZe Dom and Epic OJ. FaZe Dom making the move on Epic OJ, who's falling back.
And the Aston Martin is going
to...
yeah, I was going to say, Corb has overtaken before the braking zone. And
is
sorry,
that Casper? Casper's gone round.
Yeah, Casper has gone round. Casper had a snap. That's not what Casper would have wanted. The current championship leader in P8. But as we go further down the grid, Corb is all over the back of FaZe Dom as he dives down the inside and gets the move done before the corner. I think it's Moss Megan pitting. He's gone to the inside, and he is pitting.
Yeah, he's pitting.
Interesting.
Maybe tires have gone off, so that leaves Dodo versus Koi. So Dodo on and Koi fighting for.
And Moss Megan gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh wow,
that is huge. And
yeah,
Koi goes wide in turn 3,
yeah,
which leaves him vulnerable to Dodo. Dodo gets an incredible exit compared to him, obviously. Tighter line, and Dodo has now gone into the lead now, as then Boomboy is now just going to so easily go past him. And I think Riker actually let Boomboy past just because he knows that those...
Oh, and he's just spun!
And he spun. So obviously those...
He saved it.
Is probably more focusing. And sorry, Kino had a snap, and that's left it open for Moss Megan. Is Moss Megan going to go around the outside of turn 5 and 6? And he is going to go around the outside and overtakes before...
Kino braked way earlier.
Yeah, he did brake quite early, but I think that he just wanted to avoid any collisions going into those corners. That has now opened up a position for Moss Megan. Is Moss Megan going to look for a move on FaZe Dom? He goes wheel to wheel in the final corner. And we see Moss Megan so tight, leaves enough racing room and gets in front before the final corner. But are they going to go side by side into turn 1? They are going to go side by side into turn 1. And they are... that is legal. It was kept on track.
Yeah,
and Dodo is... going to take P6 from Epic OJ, but is Epic OJ going to come back into turn 3?
And Moss Megan's in the pits, as well as Corb, and Fiat also going in the pits, obviously Fiat being lapped, so not too much to gain there. So there's a 5-second stop and go penalty for Moss Megan. Jayville made a move on... Oh, no, I'd say he made a move. He did make a move, and now he's boxed in by Boomboy and Casper.
Casper hanging it round and gets in front of Jayville, but Jayville is going to go side by side with Casper, and Casper's pushed off, and he goes really wide, and that is put in P13 now. They are going to be side by side going into turn 4 now, and Asteroid hanging it around the inside, Kino around the outside. Who is going to get off better? Asteroid does give enough room, and Kino is still there on the inside. He's going to have the inside line into this corner. Is he going to be able to make the overtake stick before the corner? They are side by side
Asteroid's
in the
bringing
wet,
it
and
back
Asteroid is
on
being
it.
dangerously...
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Kino has made it.
does a beautiful overtake. However, Moss Megan is all over the back of Asteroid right now, going up into turn 3. So he's going to burn everything that he has. And is Moss Megan going to hang it around the outside? He does take that outside line. Asteroid fends it off, pushes him wide, does give him enough room. That is legal racing room. However, I think Moss Megan got a better drive out compared to Asteroid, but they are going to stay side by side as they go down into turn 4. Is Moss Megan going to be ahead? Is Asteroid going to be ahead? We will find out as we go into the corner. And they stay
Obviously,
wheel to wheel going
Asteroid's-
around here, and Asteroid has a snap, and that has opened the door up for Moss Megan to take that position, and that is huge. But I am going to follow on board with Dodo as Dodo passes his lapped teammate, and he wins
That's
the Austrian Grand Prix
crazy.
by 9 whole seconds. That is huge for
Fiat
Dodo.
just DNF'd to cross the line.
I think he crossed the line before then. But Dodo has won the Austrian Grand Prix by 9 seconds, an absolutely commanding drive, followed by
Forbes held off
Koyi
Kino.
and Korb. Korb taking that final podium position, with Moss
Moss
Megan
Megan and
fending
Asteroid.
off Asteroid to take P5.
And OJ in P7 as well, by the way.